What's up, guys? It's sharkeatyellow here again. As you guys can see here, I have a rock stun deck, but this is not a deck list profile, so you can disregard everything, disregard the side, disregard the extra deck. This is just pretty much a prototype of something that I'm gonna make. Rock stun build, just a prototype. If you guys want to help me with this prototype, then leave comments down below. But this is just a prototype, and this is just a part of a video series that I'm doing called decks that I think are going to be good next format. This is something that I used to do back in the days when a format will end. I would talk about a deck that I think is going to be good next format, and this is one of them. I usually talk about decks that have potential, that are already in the spotlight, like heroes and all this good stuff. Decks that have potential like this. What's it called? Gadgets next format, and decks that are like in the middle, tier 2, that could be tier 1 next format. So I'm going to be talking about these decks that could actually see play next format. I don't know what part of the format or when, but they could see play depending on how the ban list is, depending on how everything works. This is just a prototype. This is a deck that I think that might work really well, and I don't think it's going to get hit. Any card of this is going to get hit. Well, I don't think so, but and if it does, it can just adapt. And with these two incorporation of these two cards, this is a deck that's going to be really dangerous next format, so watch out for it. Like I said, this is just a deck list. This is one of my builds, so you can disregard the side, disregard the extra. Just going to mainly focus on the actual main deck. So this deck is rock stun, and how the purpose of the deck is to control your opponent and beat down your opponent with 1900 beaters. Just control your opponent. Doom Caliber Knights to control your opponent. All these 1900 beaters to beat down your opponent. Gramo to bounce your opponent's stuff, and find a way to get out this big ass behemoth. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about these two cards, Block Golem and Grand Soul. Block Golem, he's an Earth level 3 rock type effect monster with 1000 attack, 1500 defense, and what he does is that if the only monsters in your graveyard are Earth attribute, you contribute this card. Then target 2 level 4 or lower rock type monsters in your graveyard except Block Golem. Special summon those targets, but their effects that activate on the field cannot be activated this turn. This card is amazing, especially with this deck, because you can special summon 2 of your Queckumeros and exceed into any level 4 exceed monster. That is pretty good in itself. Also, he works really good in rock stun because these guys, their effects don't activate on the field, they activate in the graveyard. So for example, let's read Queckumero Guard, and each one do their own thing. Like this guy negates effects, this guy negates traps, and this guy negates spells, just to let you know that. So they all pretty much have the same effects except this one. Okay, what he does is that during each of your end phase, destroy this card unless you send 1 Iron Cord of the Queckumero from your hand to the graveyard. That part is bad, don't use that. Or reveal 1 rock type monster in your hand. So how many rocks do you run? Do all of that, so you don't have a shortage of rocks. Next, his effect is you contribute this card to negate the activation of an effect monster and destroy that monster. That is really good because his effect is a cost. To tribute him is a cost. All these guys to tribute is a cost. Same thing with him. So his effect won't phase him because it's a cost. You tribute him, send him to the graveyard. His effect activates in the graveyard, thus negating the monster's effect. And his effect right here is irrelevant. It doesn't work. So that right there makes this card really busted in this deck. Maybe you summon out Queckumero Guard, you summon out this, summon out Sandman. They try to dark hole you negate that. They try to, Bottomless Trap Hole, or they try to Trento Tribute your ass, you negate it. You have every single play in the world to negate stuff. This guy is the reason why this deck could be, played. Next is Gastro Soul, the spiritual rock rising lord. Okay, what he does is that this card cannot be normal summon set. It must be special summoned from your hand by having exactly 5 Earth type monsters in your graveyard. and it cannot be special summoned in any other ways. So that part of the effect kind of works like Dark Arm Dragon, but you know, it's not that hard to get 5 Earth type monsters in the graveyard. These guys tribute themselves. This guy tributes himself too, so it's not that hard to get that many Earth type monsters in the graveyard. Trust me, guys. Okay, next it says, when this card is special summoned, you can target 1 monster in either player's graveyard. Special summon that target. If this card leaves the field, skip your next battle phase. That last part, you really don't care about that because you can just easily control your opponent with these behemoth monsters right here. You know, your Wall, your Spirit Reaper. You really don't care. And his effect where he targets 1 monster in the graveyard and special summons it works exactly like Monster Reborn. So you have essentially 3 Monster Reborns in your deck. That is amazing. He's also a 2800 beater, and oh my god, this guy just made this deck a little bit busted. You just control your opponent and everything, and then you really don't care if they try to negate them or anything. You have cards like Forbidden Lance, you have your Mystical Space Typhoons to save you, you have your Dark Bribes to save you, you have your Save Zone to save you, you have a lot of cards to save you. I mean, for you have every single card in this deck. If you run it right, you have it to save you. Like there shouldn't be no way they can't get over your 1900 beaters. You have beat monsters, you have negation. This deck, I see, could, with these two, with the incorporation of these 2 cards, I see it could be a top tier 2 deck. So tell me what you guys think. If you guys want to help me revise this deck, because this is just a beta version. I just made this up, play tested a little bit here and there. It works really well, but like still need to fix it up. But if you guys want to help me, then please, leave a comment down below. Like this video. If I get 10 likes, then I'll continue on. I think I'm gonna be doing X Sabers next, because it also applies to these guys right here. But I'm gonna be doing X Sabers next. If you guys want to see, if you guys want to request a deck that you think could be good, please leave them down below. Comment down below. Please give me 10 likes so I can continue doing this. And just comment, favorite, and subscribe. That's pretty much it. So there's YouTube. Peace. If you guys want to see anything else, just comment down below. And I'm sharkeatyellow, and I'm done here. Bye.